Gas is too damn high. Groceries too damn high. Everything's too damn high. It don't matter if you make $100,000 a year anymore.
Nah, I promise you, man, if you're making $100K and you're struggling in today's society, it's because you don't know how to properly manage your money.
And then we only get 2 days out of the week where we're completely free to do whatever we want. We used to be outside. We used to be farming, living in communities. Now we're in front of screens all day long, in pointless meetings with micromanaging bosses.
No one should have to decide, are we going to freaking eat and feed our family and pay our car payments, which get us to work and back, and not get them repoed, or are we going to not pay our car insurance and it's going to lapse, and then you're not going to be able to get your car tag? And these are things that we as Alabamians are truly worried about when a power bill is $800 and $900.
Your life would be better. My life would be better if we had universal basic income, because of the incredible things that people want to do that they cannot do because survival and capitalism are preventing them from doing it. And some people would just rest. Some people literally I would take a nap. I would cry. I would go on my first vacation ever.
If you think universal basic income is smart, you're dumb. Period. You're dumb.
I'll tell you what, man, I'm about to the point to where I'm going to sell all my shit and start living like the Amish. If the economy don't get much better, that's exactly what we're going to do. Gas is too damn high. Groceries too damn high. Everything's just too damn high. It don't matter if you make $100,000 a year anymore. I mean, shit. It's like you making $15 an hour. I mean, good Lord, man. Something's got to give. And you're going to have folks say, well, you got to budget your money better and this and that and other. And while that may have some play in it, I will say, but good God, at the same time, you can't sit here and tell me that the price of everything ain't gone up, because it has. I mean, this economy is trash, man. Well, you shouldn't have voted for the orange man. I didn't vote for anybody. Something's got to give. We got to do something. This shit's crazy.
Here we go again. Yes, I am, like he said, and I'm going to say it. You're right, sir. The prices are going up. I don't deny that. Not at all. They're going up. They're going up. They're going up. But also, there are so many opportunities for people to make money. You cannot deny the fact that there are so many ways to make money without clocking into a 9 to 5, whether you want to do it part-time, whether you want to do it as a side hustle, whether you want to make it your full-time thing. There are a number of ways to make money. But what it does is it means people have to step out of their comfort zone to do it. And that's what a lot of people just won't admit. It's more comfortable to just say, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. I want to stay at the same place that I've been at. I just want them to pay me more because now the prices of everything is going up. So it's not fair because I just want everything to stay the same. Well, guess what? It's not going to stay the same. It's going to change. And either you're going to change with it or you're going to reap the unfortunate consequences of not adapting with the environment around you. There are so many opportunities, and yes, they're going to require you to step out of your comfort zone. I had to do the exact same thing. I was providing a certain service. I was doing podcast, video, audio editing for my clients. And then I recognized yo, where's this going to be 10 years from now? It's paying me well now, but I don't know if it's going to be doing that 10 years from now. So a couple years back, started to develop more skills that put me in a position where I'm learning sales. I'm learning lead generation. I'm learning how to sell and create digital products. And now I'm in a position where I don't have to worry about how I'm going to make money because now I developed the skills while I was still doing the thing that was working, and I was managing, having the budget, making sure that I'm able to cover the stuff. Then when I started making more money, it's that's the whole point, and that's available to everybody. You know what they call it? YouTube University. You on it right now. It's free education. Go get it. There's so many videos about how to make money doing so many different things. You got AI. Go ask AI. Hey, these are the skill sets. This is what I've been doing. There are infinite ways for you to put yourself in a position to make more money only if you want to. And we definitely got to address the big lie and elephant in the room that my man was spewing about 100K. Now, I promise you, man, if you're making 100K and you're struggling in today's society, it's because you don't know how to properly manage your money. Because do you want to know what $100,000 is? It means you're getting at least $8,000 a month. The average American is not getting $8,000 or more every single month. They're just not doing that. So you can't tell me that if you're making $8,000 a month that you won't be able to cover everything. Even if you went on the high end, right? Like some of the videos that we talked about. Let's say, for example, your rent is $3K. You paying nearly $1,500 for groceries, right? Look at that. We already at $4,500, right? Let's say your utilities is another $500, right? So now we put yourself at 5K. You still got an extra 3K. Let's say we already did your groceries. What else? Gas. Let's say you drive a whole lot and you got to spend another $500 in gas. Like, that's $500 or $5,500. Like, you still have a bunch of money if you making 8K. So the whole lie about, you making $100,000 and that ain't nothing, that's BS, man. That's BS. You don't know how to manage your money. If you are making more than $8,000 a month, you need to downsize like him. You ain't got to starve. You ain't got to move in with the Amish, but you definitely need to manage your money more. If you are in a position that the majority of Americans are not, and you're making over $100,000 a month, or excuse me, $100,000 a year, and you telling me you struggling? Like, you shouldn't be. You just shouldn't be. That's not the reality of somebody that is financially responsible with their cash.
Universal basic income is dumb.
If we had universal basic income, your life would be incredible, but literally not even because your bills would be paid or you would have housing or any of the like basic just survival shit. Your life would be better. My life would be better if we had universal basic income because of the incredible things that people want to do that they cannot do because survival and capitalism are preventing them from doing it. And like, some people would just rest. Like, some people literally, like, I would take a nap. I would cry. I would go on my first vacation ever.
So she wants everyone to get free money, enough to pay all their bills and their rent, so that everyone can be free to do whatever they want to do. And she would take a nap and go on a vacation. Here's the problem,
Right.
kids.
Lazy
Society
ass.
doesn't function like that. They literally think that we're going to be in some sort of frolicking socialist utopia. And somehow everything gets taken care of by like robots or something.
Yo, let's be real. If you think universal basic income is smart, you're dumb. Like, period. You're dumb, because that is only appealing to people who are lazy and don't want to work. They want, and this is essentially what it is. It means that everybody's making essentially the same amount of money. That's freaking dumb. That's dumb. People can say what they want to say about living in a capitalistic society, but capitalistic societies, they serve those who are willing to put in the work and make the sacrifices. You can make money through the roof if you want to. There's nobody stopping you. There's nobody stopping you. The only thing that people can say that the quote unquote government is preventing them from doing is preventing them from just sticking with the status quo and being able to do the bare minimum and just feel like they're going to be able to go through 30, 40, 50 years of life and not have to worry about anything changing. That's not the reality of the world that we live in. And universal basic income is not going to solve the problem. I never want to live in a society where there's a cap on how much money I can earn. That is never somewhere that I want to live. I want to live in a society where I can make as much money as I want based on my own energy, effort, and willingness to work and go develop skills that can get me to paper. And if you are somebody that recognizes that, that's what it's all about, baby. We can all get a slice of the pie. We can all get a slice of the pie, baby.
Someone explain this to me. A husband goes to work in an office 8 hours a day. A wife goes to work 8 hours a day in an office. The kids go to school 8 hours a day. Everyone feels like they're in a prison institution between the hours of 8 to 5, under yellow fluorescent lights, typing all day long. Then everyone finally comes home, burnt out. The kid has like 3 hours of homework and sports, and you get maybe 2 hours with your family before bed. And then we only get 2 days out of the week where we're completely free to do whatever we want. We used to be outside. We used to be farming, living in communities. Now we're in front of screens all day long, in pointless meetings with micromanaging bosses. I cannot tell you how many meetings I've been in that have been completely pointless. All of this could have been a 3-sentence email. I have 3 bullet points worth of action items, yet it had to be a 30-minute meeting. But nope, I have to spend hours every single day in pointless meetings. People in corporate, what else are we using other than fireflies to not crash out at our job?
Guess what, sweetheart? You ain't got to do it. Quit. Quit. Somebody else will take the job. They'll be happy to go through the meetings. They'll be happy to do the work and get whatever you getting paid. You're ungrateful and you're lazy. You're ungrateful and you're lazy. Again, Jitsi, and you talking about a farm, you know daggone well you ain't trying to work on nobody's farm. If you complaining about office work, if you're complaining about having to type on your damn computer, you think you're going to be out in somebody's field farming? Miss me with that BS. That's a load of crap. You're just lazy. Admit it.
No one should have to decide, are we going to freaking eat and feed our family and pay our car payments, which get us to work and back and not get them repaid? repoed, or are we going to not pay our car insurance and it's going to lapse, and then, you know, you're not going to be able to get your car tag? And these are things that we as Alabamians are truly worried about when a power bill is $800 and $900. That's just the reality of living in Alabama. And if you don't know what you're talking about and you don't live here, then please don't chime in, because we really don't care. We're number 3 in the nation for the highest power bills. Number 3 in the nation. So no, don't talk to me about central heat and air unit or, oh, it's probably your insulation. We're number 3 in the nation. Alabama as a state, not small town thrifty mom in her house. Okay. Somebody asked the other day, well, how, they're not from Alabama, by the way. They said, how in the world do y'all pay power bills like that? Like, how do y'all do that and have mortgages, car payments, bills, insurance, blah, 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 blah. Like, how do you afford to live? How do you afford to do extra things? How do you afford groceries? This was a conversation we were having. And I said, we buy sausage for everything. Sausage for spaghetti. Literally this kind of sausage too, guys. Like Walmart brand sausage, because this shit's $2.84. I'm gonna buy 3 of them. And that's what goes in our spaghetti. That's what goes in our hamburger helper. We have sausage. We have sausage in everything. You think I'm kidding? I'm not. I'm really not. You have to go the cheapest route. There's some things you just have to cut on. Like, it's not an option. You don't have an option. I mean, you can't do everything. You can't have $800 and $900 power bills and still afford to go buy groceries the way that you want to. I could, but I'm not going to, because then I'm going to have to cut it from somewhere else. You know what I mean? I could maybe not go thrift. I could. But anyway, I don't know what's on this sausage. Maybe it's just a thing. So we're having spaghetti tonight. It's got sausage in it. Hamburger helper, believe it or not, it'll have sausage in it because it's just cheaper than hamburger meat. So that's just what it is. It's just how we deal with it. At least I'm not having to decide, am I going to make my car payment? Am I going to pay my car insurance? Which one's going to lapse? I mean, because some people, they can't. They don't have an option. It's either they're going to have lights and something else not get paid, or they're going to pay their car payment and their insurance and they're not going to have lights.
Oh my God. Yo. So first and foremost, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but one thing that I noticed is she came on talking about how expensive, the power bill, the light bill, and the insurance and the car rate, and how people wouldn't be able to do that, and how it seemed she would be in that position. But then at the tail end of the video, you find out that, she's able to pay everything. The only thing that she has to do is just, cut back on the food. So clearly she is not struggling to the degree that other people in Alabama are struggling. And I'm not from Alabama. So if you got an issue with what I'm about to say, no problem. I get it, whatever. But this is what I will say. I think that is absolutely stupid to tell people that if you got an $800, $900 bill and somebody asks you, well, how are you paying all of those bills? And your answer is, we just buy sausage for everything. Like, you cannot be serious. Sausage is not the answer. Sausage is not the answer. Like, sausage is not the answer. That may be the answer for, how do you deal with the fact that now you got to cut back when it comes to your groceries in order to stick with your budget. But hey, do you even have a budget? Like, this is the thing that I'm going to stick to it, whether people want to hear it or not. I'm going to continue to say it, is the reason why it's such a struggle for a lot of people is because they are adverse to change. They do not want to step out of their comfort zone. Let's just be honest. There are some people that if they woke up and the place that they were living was charging them $800 or $900 for a doggone utility bill, they would say, is it this expensive everywhere? To her point, she's saying no. They're in the top 3. So why don't you go look at the list of places where your power bill isn't that high and consider moving? But I get it. Most people are like, no, I'm from Alabama. I ain't leaving. I shouldn't have to leave. And that's true. You shouldn't have to leave. You should not have to pick up and leave a house if you've already bought one, or wherever you're living. You should not technically have to do that in order to be able to afford your power bill. But at the end of the day, like I've been saying, is sometimes we have have to make sacrifices. So are you willing to make the sacrifice? That's what we have to ask ourselves on an individual level. What sacrifices are you willing to make in order to thrive, not survive, but to thrive in this economy? That's the question that we should be asking ourselves. What sacrifices are we willing to make? And this is the beautiful thing about many sacrifices. They're temporary. They're temporary. The pain will last a long time if you continue to stay in your comfort zone where you don't want things to change, but everything around you is changing. That's going to be very, very uncomfortable for a very prolonged period of time. But if you're willing to forego that and deal with temporary discomfort, deal with temporary sacrifices, it can set you up to live a life that you want in the long term without having to stress.
Now, I'm going to piggyback off a video that I made yesterday. When I say that jobs limit your earning potential, it's because you have to live off of what they decide to pay you, right? Hear me out. So let's just say in a 2-week span, let's just say you get $1,500. Let's just say, okay, we already know automatically half of that is going to go towards your rent. So subtract half of the 1,500 off the rip, right? Now you still got food. You still got your other bills, your basic bills that you got to take care of. So now you got to live off of that. And most people don't work on things outside of the job. So what are you supposed to do? How are you supposed to earn more money? Like that's what we got to focus on. I got to cultivate skills that's going to help me earn more money so that I'm not just only living off of what this job decides to pay me. This is why they say rich and wealthy people have multiple sources of income. One source of income is too close to none. Because if you lose that one source of income, what do? You know? So it's just things to constantly think about.
He's spot on. He is spot on. It's like, yo, if you are in a tough financial position, you may have to bear it for a while. But while you're bearing it, what are you doing outside of work to help you to pivot to the next thing that can take you a level up in your earning potential? And the beautiful thing about it, it's not hard to figure it out. Like legit, if you have access to AI or ChatGPT, you can literally ask, hey, AI, what are the ways that I can make money? Like you could just ask a simple basic question like that and it'll run off for lists. Or if you want to be an overachiever, or if you wanted to provide the context for you, why don't you give chat a little bit of information about you? Let it know how old you are, where you live. Let it know whether you're willing to relocate. Let it know what job you have, all your job history, the skills that you've developed, and then have it to lay out a plan of the different options that are available to you. And then if you pick one of them that you like, have it build out an actual plan on how you can do it. Did you know that if budgeting is hard for you, you could actually go to chat. AI, you could tell chat, hey, this is how much I make. These are my bills. And can you build a budget for me so that I can stay within this budget? It will do it. It will do it. There's literally no excuse. No excuse. But hey, not everybody is going to do it. I know the majority of people are not going to do it. Most people love to just do what is comfortable, do what they've been doing, and complain about all of the things that are changing around them that are having a negative impact, and they're having to deal with the consequences of just staying put. That's life. But if you are willing to step out your comfort zone, if you are willing to do what other people aren't willing to do, you will put yourself in a position where you can develop not one, but multiple streams of income, and put yourself in a position where even though the economy is tough, you are still able to thrive. Not survive, but thrive. That's all I got in this one, man. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be another video on the screen for you to check out so you can continue watching more of these breakdowns. And remember, you ain't got to subscribe. Only do that when you're ready. Just click the video on your screen to continue this journey and enjoying it. And I can't wait to see you in the next one. Until then, I'm Jay. Stay blessed.